Every day, every hour, we have the opportunity to make this one decision. Do we consume instant gratification or do we delay gratification? And this decision will determine directly what becomes of our future self, how much progress we make. Instant gratification will be things that the second we do, we get that satisfaction or we get that short-term joy and excitement. For example, video games, porn, drinking, watching TV shows, taking drugs. Not to say all of them are bad, like going out with friends gives somewhat of instant gratification sometimes, but that doesn't mean it's terrible, it's a experience. But typically, 90% of things that give you instantaneous satisfaction and happiness is not good for you. Delayed gratification will be putting away that need for the instant satisfaction and instant joy for the rewards to come later on. For example, you end the workout later. You put in more reps and more sets so they can reap the rewards in the future. You put away that video game for now and you work on your passion. Then perhaps success will blossom for you in the future. You choose not to pick up your phone and consume TikTok videos, but instead go and study, go and work on something. That's delayed gratification. That's the basic gist. You sacrifice what could give you a great satisfaction right now for something that will give you an even bigger reward in the future. An achievement, an accomplishment. Would you rather have the opportunity to consume 30 minutes of TikTok right now, or understand that not doing that will give you really good grades in a few months? You know, what would that choice be? You would rather that really good grades. Be honest with yourself, alright? You will want that achievement. You want that more than you want consuming your 30 minutes of TikTok. You don't even remember 99% of the content you went through. Maybe you will remember 1 or 2, and that's it. And I know you have to keep up with the trends and shit so that you can remain entertaining to your friends, but if they are consuming already, wouldn't they do that for you? Wouldn't they keep you up with the trends already? So who really cares? I'm sure you've heard of the marshmallow experiment, where kids were thrown in a room. Of course, not physically thrown in, but there were kids in a room, and researchers gave them marshmallows, a singular one, and they were told that in 15 minutes, if they don't touch that marshmallow, they will get a second one. And of course, many retarded kids would just take the marshmallow and eat it. I mean, to be fair, looking at it, like, is it really worth waiting 15 minutes for another marshmallow? Not really, but to a kid, it's valuable. And that's the basic gist of delayed gratification. I want to go one step further. How can we get better at delaying gratification? So the researchers actually had 2 groups. One group was given unreliable experiences and one group was given reliable experiences. So one of the groups, the kids were given a small box of crayons and promised that they would receive a bigger one, but never brought the bigger one. The researcher gave the children a small sticker and promised to bring a better selection of stickers, but never did. And then in the reliable experiences group, the researchers actually delivered on their promises. They promised a bigger box of crayons and brought it eventually. They promised a bigger selection of stickers and brought it eventually. This was conducted before the marshmallow experiment. So, of course, when the researchers told the unreliable experiences group that I'm gonna bring you a second marshmallow 15 minutes in, they didn't give a fuck because the dude don't keep his fucking promises, right? So, of course, they just consumed that singular marshmallow. The one with reliable experiences, more of them waited for the second marshmallow because they knew it was gonna come. So to get better at delayed gratification, you have to convince yourself that there are reliable experiences, and your brain has to understand that waiting is worth it. Success in nearly every field requires you to put away something that can be done right now that is easier in favor of doing something that is more difficult. So the trick is to give ourselves a reliable environment and promising ourselves something small and then delivering until your brain tells you that it's worth the wait. And I have the capability to do this. You can try starting incredibly small. When you want to introduce a new habit into your life or do something that's difficult and make progress in that, you can start really small. Make small steps in that direction. How I managed to pick back up my habit of meditation every day is letting my ego down, understanding that, you know, there will be some times that I lack discipline. So I told myself I will meditate 1 second every day and then I'm done. Like the threshold to meet, the requirement for me is 1 second of meditation a day. And of course, when you do this 1 second, then sometimes it will get to 2 seconds. Sometimes I get 5 seconds. And sometimes if you really feel like it will go to 5 minutes. So when you want to pick back up a habit or start doing something, you want to do that for yourself. Scheduling your day ahead of time, the day before, gives you direction so you don't have to sit there and ponder what to do next. What can you do in that moment that will help you delay gratification and make progress? You've already scheduled your perfect day and you just follow through. You just look at what you need to do right now and you try to do it. And that is so much easier than focusing on thinking what you need to do than trying to make yourself do it. The opportunity to choose to delay gratification is in every hour of our life. I'm choosing to record right now rather than play video games or watch porn or watch TV shows. When I wake up, I don't touch my phone at all. I choose to delay the gratification. You know, I sometimes get anxious because there could be notifications in my phone right now, but I haven't looked at it so that I can get as much work done as possible. That is delaying gratification. For 2 years, 6 days a week, instead of spending 2 hours of my life playing video games and consuming media, I'm going to the gym. Would you rather put on 10 kg of muscle right now or consume 2 hours of video games? Of course, you will want that 10 kg of muscle. And then it will come because the time will pass anyway when you make progress. You would always choose that progress towards the achievements you want to achieve over that few hours of consumption. You would rather that achievement. Now we just have to understand that to get that achievement, we would need to choose not to do that thing consistently. And we have to understand that we are capable of doing that, and we have to understand that it's worth it. And you can assure yourself that it's worth it every single time, because naturally you will way rather get that achievement than to play that short amount of time of video games. And then you might ask, when do we get to enjoy then? Where's the fun coming from? You know, what is life without fun? Fun is very important as well. You know, it's important to take breaks as well. I'm not here to argue against that, but we can definitely find a lot of enjoyment in doing the things that will actually lead to what we want to achieve. And that is so much more fulfilling, so much more purposeful. Make it fun for yourself then. For example, reading. Grab a piece of chocolate, drink some nice tea or hot coffee, sit on your bed, lo-fi music, the lights are dim, and you feel so peaceful and it's incredibly fun. You're just sitting there reading. Isn't that fucking beautiful as well? Making progress in the things you need to do, like studying. You can make it wonderfully aesthetic as well. You have that steaming coffee next to you, slow classical music playing, where you're in full focus, full flow state. Nothing's in your mind except learning. You're not concerned by all the anxiousness and all your negative emotions, and you're just in a flow state. Isn't that also wonderful? I'm not gonna argue whether consumption is entirely good or bad because I haven't done any research on that. But you can make chasing progress fun too. Peaceful, beautiful. Going to the gym with hardstyle blasting my ears as I'm flexing in the mirror beats all video game experiences for me. And that took such a long time to achieve. It's only because I started getting more competent and building a good physique that I actually appreciate what I see in the mirror. And that's why I can have fun in the gym. It takes a while. And when you're skinny or fat, looking in the mirror and flexing in the gym just feels pathetic and retarded. When you make progress at something, you start to take pride in it. And from there, that's where more enjoyment comes. That video game or that drug is only as good as however long you consume it. And after that, it means absolutely nothing. And consuming instant gratification actually makes it harder for you to have fun when doing delayed gratification acts, because you're overstimulated by the overwhelming amounts of excitement and dopamine you get from consuming those things. So it actually makes it way harder for you to do delayed gratification. At the start, when trying to remain disciplined, it'll be very, very difficult. There'll be a long pain period before you can get used to doing things that will collectively make you better in the future. And don't be afraid of that. It will be difficult, but it will get easier. And soon you'll be finding more joy in delayed gratification, because you get addicted to that progress and it feels amazing. You take pride in living a disciplined and aesthetic lifestyle. So every time you get that opportunity to choose between instant and delayed gratification, make your choice wisely. You have the opportunity to change your life at every moment. Make the right choice. I love you, bro. Too bad to walk.